Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, live the life we love. Today is story day, and of the hundreds of little videos that I've posted here, this is one I don't think I've told yet. One of my favorites, The Thief and the Mask. Once upon a time in China, the daughter of the emperor was reaching marital age, and the emperor said, listen, I have a fantastic arrangement with the Duke of Chu. It'll be a great alliance for us, and he's the one you're going to marry. And the daughter said, you're not going to tell me who I'm going to marry. I'm going to pick up my own husband. He said, what? He said, that's right. And as a father of daughters, I know even if you're the emperor, when your daughter gets her mind made to do something, ain't nothing you can do, even if you're the emperor. She said, I've watched you at court for many, many years. I see the way you deal with people. And I've come to understand people and their personality pretty well. So this is what I suggest. I want you to put out an announcement throughout the whole kingdom that any eligible man from 15 to 50, they can come by for an audience. And as they pass by, I'll just be able to tell by the look on their face which one is going to be my husband. Well, what could he do? So they put out the proclamation, and all the young men from 15 to 50, they came by. Now, as the word spread, there was a master thief who thought to himself, this is the perfect opportunity for me to be able to infiltrate the palace, and then when no one's looking, slip away, find my way to the treasure room, and rob them blind. Oh, he was thrilled with the idea. So what he did is he went to a mask maker who was just brilliant in the craft and said, I want you to make me a mask that looks really handsome, but like Mission Impossible, it was so real you couldn't tell that the person had a mask on. Well, the mask maker liked the idea of the challenge, so he went about it. And when the mask was done, it was beautiful. And the thief, let me tell you, he wasn't a good-looking man to begin with. And maybe all those years of finagling, conniving, ripping people off, it also was etched into his face, so you could say he was ugly. Nonetheless, he put the mask on, and oh, it was fantastic. And so he went on the line to get the audience. And as he moved into the room, he was looking around to see where he could escape. And immediately the princess bumped the emperor. That's him. You see him there? All right, bring him up here. And so just as the thief was about to kind of slip away and back out, right there with two guards at his elbow saying, the princess wants to see you. Oh, God, no, I can't believe it. And he was sweating tremendously. He thought, oh, my God, if the mask falls up, I'm a dead man. So he bowed down on one knee, and the princess said, I have chosen you to be my future husband and the emperor of China. And he didn't know what to do. He said, oh, your grace, this is such an unbelievable honor, but I'm not from an aristocratic family, and I don't know the ways of the court, and I need time to think about this. I can't just do this. And then she turned to the emperor and said, you see what a quality man he is? Any other man I would have picked would have immediately said, oh, definitely, I definitely want to do this. But he's circumspect, he's prudent. You see my wise choice? So she said to him, I give you a year to decide what you want to do, and then we'll come back here and we'll make our final decision. So he backed off and saying to her, I'm out of here, I'm out of here. But when he went outside, he wasn't alone. He was escorted by the emperor's guards to his house. They kept him under lock and key. He was like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? But it was worse than that. Not only couldn't go anywhere because he was under constant surveillance, but now people started coming to his door because they heard about the fact that he was going to be the one that the princess chose. And so they started bringing all their problems to him. And of course, he didn't give a darn about those problems. And when people would come, he'd just dismiss them and curse them and they would, Kato, thank you so much. And he said, no, I can't believe this. And after about a month or so, he was driving himself nuts. And then something happened that you wouldn't have conceived would have happened in this man's life. As people would ask him questions, he would just shoot off an answer. And sometimes the answer would be actually really appropriate because as a thief, he'd learned to be pretty intelligent about sizing up situations and assessing what's going on. And then something happened in the middle of month 2. Instead of just blurting out an answer, he stopped to think about what might really be good for this person. And then by month 3, he realized, I have a knack for this. seems I'm pretty good at this. And then at month 4, something happened that no one could have ever thought would have happened. And that was when he gave an answer that was appropriate to the person, he felt good about it. And when he saw people going away and they were happy with what advice they received from him, he felt good about that. Oh, but it started to gnaw away at him. By month 5, by month 6, although he got better and better at giving answers to people who came to him, something inside himself realized what a rotten person I am, how I set this up to try to rob them blind. I don't know if I can live with myself. And it got worse and worse by month 6, by month 7. And even though he was great at giving advice now, by month 8, he thought to himself, when I go back there, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tell the princess what a thief I am, what a no good Nick I am, what a scoundrel I am, and just let her do what I will. But then month 8, 9, 10 passed, he got better and better. Everybody was thrilled with the way he was conducting himself. And so by the end of the 10th, 11th, and 12th month, when he'd become superlative at giving wisdom and advice to people, there they were, right at his side, escorting him, the guard, escorting him back to the palace. So he went to the palace, and before the princess could say, so what have you decided? He bowed down on one knee and said, Princess, wait, I have something I have to tell you. I've been false. I am not really who you see me to be or think me to be. I'm really a thief. I had a mask made to make me look good. And when I first came here, my idea was to slip away, find the treasure room, and rob you and the emperor blind. So now you know that's who I really am. And so I can't go through with this, but I wanted you to know you can do with me whatever you want. I have deceived you. It's your decision. Without breaking stride in her royal way, the princess said, you haven't deceived me. I've deceived myself. I thought that I could tell the worth of a human being by looking at their face. And now I admit that I was wrong. So for your honesty and your boldness, no punishment. I dismiss you. Go your way. He couldn't believe he was just ready to have his head chopped off or some torture. So great. Thank you, Your Highness. He bowed down, and as he was just about to leave, she said, but wait, can you do one thing for me, please? Before you go, can you take off your mask so I can see what you really look like? And took off the mask, and he looked up at the princess, and the princess went, oh, why? Why? Why in the world would you have a mask made to look exactly like your own face? What? And he turned around and he looked in the mirror, and it's true. Something had happened to him in the last 6 months, that he changed the molecular structure of his face by trying to help people and give good advice. And when he realized that he wasn't the ugly thief anymore, but he was this beautiful looking man that had this opportunity, he said, can I have a second chance here? And she said, yes. So he married the princess and became the emperor of China. Oh, don't you love stories with happy endings? I do.